Hi, everybody. It's me again, Charles Norman, Sports Solutions LLC. We are the creators of AthleticSOS. It is a software. If you're trying to get an athletic scholarship, you want to use our software. It's absolutely no cost to you, and I'll tell you how to get access to it at the end of the video. And all we're going to do is we're going to take your academic information, SAT, ACT, GPA, the sports you play, the level you believe you can play at the collegiate level, and we're going to show you all of the schools you qualify for, all the options. You'll be very surprised. And we show you at every level, NCAA Division 1, 2, 3, NAIA, even community and junior colleges that offer some scholarship money for you so you can go to school and not come out with debt. Overall goal is that 5 to 17-year-old, that youth sports area. We write software, we do development, we're doing events, stuff like that. So stick with us. I think all we're trying to do, and I don't say I think, this is what we're trying to do. We're trying to leverage your athletic ability, that journey you go from 5 to 17, all the stuff you're going to do, go to practice, skill develop, all of the stuff you're going to do, make teams, play games, the competitions, everything you want to do. We want to leverage all of that activity you're doing. And then at the end of it, what we're looking for is that you go on to lead a remarkable life. Our whole thought process is everything's changed. 2020 changed everything because you've positioned yourself for a remarkable life. Some people like to call it successful life. I like remarkable life because I don't know where it's going, but I know the skill set that you're going to need to get there. Anyway, I'm doing too much with that. This is the third, and I think this is the final version of this. What we want to talk about now is getting to the point where you are going to be selected. Somebody's going to look at you and say, hey, I think you can play at the collegiate level. And so one of the things we know is you got to make varsity. That was our first video in this series. So you need to make varsity. You need to be a starter if possible, depending on how great the school is or the team that you're playing on at your high school and how far they go. You need to be a starter, and then you need to have something special about you. And so when we talked about making varsity, that was the first one, the first video that we did. Now on that one, the big thing was you could be coming from junior high school, right? And you're just trying to make varsity. Just try to get on a team. It's one of the things we talked about. So whether it's frost soft, maybe you get to make junior varsity. But if you can make varsity, you're in really good shape. Even if you're not playing as much early on. If you are playing early on, then you've got it. You should be in great shape. Now it's just a matter of your grades and things like that. But let's say you played frost soft and you want to make the varsity team. What we talked about there was you have to become unrecognizable. And what I meant by that was the coaches have seen you. You're around, you're doing some things on the campus, you're on frost soft, you're on JV. They've seen you play. Maybe you made varsity. But when you went away for the summer, we talked about this earlier, school was letting out. That summer, when you come back in the fall like it is now, you should be unrecognizable. They should be like, well, who is that? Where did that kid come from? Is that the same kid that was here? Is that Charles? Those kind of things where you've gone in and you've changed your game. And what we told you to do was you got to get bigger, faster, stronger, those kind of things. More skill development. You got to play at a higher level. When you pick up ball, find out where the varsity guys are or where the better players are. If you can find out where the college kids go after, or the pros that went overseas and things like that, if they're back in your area someplace, you got to go play against them. You got to raise your game up to another level. Hopefully you've had a little bit of a growth spurt, definitely maturity, strength, height, weight, whatever it takes to get there. But you've gone in and you put yourself up against better players, right? And so you sort of build up that steel, iron makes iron, right? That sort of thing. It strengthens iron. That's where you wanted to be. And then the other thing we wanted you to do was we wanted you to figure out who you are as an athlete. Where do you fit as you move forward? It could be where do you fit as a collegiate player, right? Or things like that. That's what we kind of went to. I don't want to go back over the whole video. There's a whole video on that, so you guys go find that. That was number one. The second video, we talked a little bit more about how to become valuable on the team. So that was where we were talking about. Make sure you went and watched. If you're not on varsity, make sure you went and watched the varsity players play summer league or whatever they were doing. If they're working out in the gym, go work out with them. What kind of strength? You needed to be around them. But what you were looking for there was if you had a chance to be on varsity, what you wanted to do was who are the star players? Find out who the star players are. What do they like? How do they like to get to where they need to be? Can you affect them being more effective? Because you're not going to walk in and just be the star. Because if you were doing that, you don't need this video. But what you're looking for is, can I come in and assist them in being better at what they do? Because if you can pull that off, they will be your spokesperson for you. They kind of like you being there, those sort of things. The other thing was, who left? Who's missing now? Somebody graduated the previous year. Maybe they were a starter. Maybe they got a lot of playing time. Can you fill that hole in? Can you come in and say, hey, they're missing this now. I can come in and fill in this spot. That at least will get you out there on the field, on the court, whatever the sport you are. It gets you in the game. Is there an opening in something that just perimeterally your school wasn't good at? They just never, ever kind of got this piece. Can you fill that in and say, hey, we can win over here? Maybe it's track and field. Maybe it's swimming. Maybe it's tennis. Maybe it's baseball. We don't have this. Can you fill that in? So those are the kind of things that we wanted you to do. We wanted you to fill the hole, find out what is missing and see if you can fill that in. So those were some of the things. There's a whole video on that. That was the second one. This final one I want to do, and this is where I always get myself in trouble. We talked about being valuable last time. But I think the real secret, and this is the one that intrigues me the most, is how do you become invaluable? Because I think that is the secret. I think that's the secret, not just for sports, but it's the secret for life in general. If you can get the coach, if you can get your fellow teammates, if you can get everybody else going, when this kid walks into the room, when they come into the locker room, when they're in the game, if they're there, we feel better. We don't know what it is. Valuable versus invaluable is you can feel value, right? The skill set, run, jump, how high, how fast, how many baskets you can make, how many yards you can run, how many this, how many that. It's measurable. You can see it. It's a stat almost. You can feel it. You can see it. You can touch it. It's tangible. Invaluable. You don't even know what it is, but you know when you're around it. There's a feeling. Can you grab that and make other people feel that way? Now, we talked a little bit about the valuable one is that there's this thing with the coach that makes them have anxiety. If you can take their anxiety away, you get to play. Even though somebody else may be a little bit better than you being out there in the field of competition makes that coach feel anxiety level drop, you're in. You're going to get a chance to play. So that could almost be in the invaluable. But invaluable is something a little bit different than that. And you can't pinpoint it, but if you can get it, if you have that, your whole life changes. Because that is going to work out everywhere in the world. When you're around, people feel better. They feel better about themselves. They feel better about the situation they're about to go into. I want this person with us. That is who you want to be for your whole life. So how do we do this in sports? Because the more I think about it, and sometimes it is just you understanding the game better than everybody else. Like you study the game, you understand what's going on. You're kind of one step ahead of everybody. You bring courage to the group. Like you're feeling. You go out there. Even when you're walking through there, when you guys are doing practice, everything, you look confident. You feel confident. You feel like, hey, we can handle this. I can handle my position, and I'm going to help you handle yours. We're going to become this cohesive thing because we're going to look out for each other. But you bring that through your actions, right? It doesn't have to always be words, but words work too. But there's something about you when you walk in there, it's like, oh, they're here, good thing. Or if you're late, everybody on the team's got anxiety because are they going to be here today? Did they call in sick? Were they in class today? What's going on? You twist your ankle, you hurt your arm, your wrist, whatever. Are they going to be able to play next week? That's who you need to be. If you can be that person, not only do you get to play, but you elevate yourself, and then you move that into other parts of your life. It's just a sense of who you are. And some people are really shy. Some people are very outgoing. You know, we've got introverts, extroverts. We got all that stuff in between. Most people are in between. But that's not what it is. There's a feeling that you're going to meet the moment, that you're not going to be afraid of the moment. You're not going to shrink when it's there because that's who you are. If you can become that person, and sometimes it's not who you are, but you can make an alter ego to pull it off. Like when you walk in that field of competition, you're somebody else. Fake it till you make it. All that kind of stuff is good, but get out there. And the easiest way to do it is to understand the game. If you understand the game, if you can see things before they happen, if you can watch film and you already know what they're going to do, that helps you with a lot of confidence. Like, I've seen this on the film. They're about to run this. And so you can get ahead of it. If you can understand the game in a way where, hey, my teammate's in trouble here because of what they're about to do. They're out of position. I need to move over just a little bit to make it so that other team can't take advantage of it, right? Those are the kind of things. This person has a weakness over here. They don't like to go this way. They don't like to do this. The team moves like this. Those are the things that make you seem like you're ahead of the game. And when somebody thinks you're ahead of the game, they hesitate. The coolest thing about sports is it's that millimeter of a second, that little bit of an inch, that little, whatever it is that you can make somebody delay or overthink or not move at the moment or not do something, not be able to execute, you win. And that's what you want to be able to do. You want to make the other team nervous. You want to make your team feel calm and confident. And so the problem is I don't know how to tell you how to get there. I mean, I threw a bunch of stuff out there, but you have to figure out how to get there. How do you do it? And one of the things I kind of, people kind of get at me is, you didn't give me anything to work on. You didn't give me anything tangible. You didn't give me, take this juice and put this powder in it and you're going to be stronger, bigger, faster, all that kind of stuff. And because I don't think that is what we're trying to accomplish here. I mean, I want you guys to make varsity. I want you to be the best you can be. I say stuff like be the best version of you at your sport is what's going to get you there. And everybody goes, well, what is he talking about? But this is the thing that's going to, remember, we're trying to get you to a remarkable life. If you can master these few things, how do you get there? You know what? I know it if I'm trying to help somebody get there because I know their situation. I don't know you. And so it's hard for me to tell you what I would say for you to work on, for you to get there. But in general, the things I just told you about, understand the game better than everybody else. Biggest one, here's one you guys can look at. What do you see? When you're watching the game, when you're watching your team, when you're just overall in life, what do you see that everybody else doesn't see? That's what, if you can master that, you're going to get what I'm talking about. That you're invaluable because you see things a little bit different. Take the thing, turn it upside down, inside out. What does it look like if we did this instead of that? Why are we doing this over here? Why does that make sense? What if? What's missing? What are people complaining about? What would you complain about as far as the game is going, or your team, or how they're playing? Do they not have enough energy? Do they not believe in themselves? What is it? What do you see? So try that one. That'll be our thing as we move forward. Whether you're making frost soft, maybe you're junior high school, whatever you're in, what do you see about your situation that you can fill in, that you can make better, that you go, oh, wait a minute, how come we're doing it like this? What if? That should be your thing. What if? Or that's to me, that's the greatest word in the world. Yeah, we do this and this. We could be this and this. So those are the kind of things I think you're going to have to get. These are the things that I talk to my kids about and my niece and nephew and stuff like that when they're around, because everybody feels kind of stuck. They're like, well, why did that person get to do it and I didn't get to do it? Why did they keep their job and somebody else got laid off or terminated? Maybe the companies are just big bad companies and they're just bottom line. But some people get to stay. Why do those people get to stay? And yes, I know sometimes there's brown nosers and kiss ups and all that kind of stuff. But for the most part, people will keep people around that make them feel like they can be bigger than what they're doing, that they bring something to it. And sometimes they don't know what it is. I go, no, keep that kid. I want them around. That's who you need to be. That's who you want to be. And then you end up becoming a leader, just de facto. People just look to you. And so it may not be you're the MVP or the captain of the team or anything like that, but you're with us. You're going with us. Wherever we're going, I want you around. And over time, that starts to build up in you. And if you can figure that out, if you can go, what do I see that nobody else is looking at? I'm going to do that. What is the hole here? What can I fill in? I'm going to do that. I'm going to get myself in position to be able to move to my next thing. This is just a walkthrough. This is just a little hiccup on where I'm going. And if you get that, then you will build that up in you, and you'll take it with you the rest of your life. You'll go through your whole life going, I wonder why. Let's go through this gate. Why are we going over here? Why are we doing this? Why are we parking there? Why are we doing? It just starts to roll through your whole life. If you can become that person, that is the key to you going on to the remarkable life. I know we're trying to make varsity. We want to get playing time. We want to be discovered by the coaches. And here's the final thing I'm going to say on this, because I probably confused everybody, but I'm enjoying doing this. As you move through the world, if you do what everyone else is doing, it won't work. You'll get to move along. You'll be in line. Everything will look like it's going the direction you want to go, but it'll only work up to a certain point. Everybody's doing it. It doesn't even make sense for you to be special or for you to stand out. So you're going to have to kind of walk a different path, not a selfish path, not a look at me path. It is a path of just enlightenment, just knowing. So move forward, then find other people that are good people, and then you guys get together, and I promise you, you will have a fantastic life. All the stuff that's going on, all the different things that are happening in the world, it won't happen to you. That's the best way I can put it, because you've set a standard for yourself on how you move through the world. And then you've set a standard because you're looking for people that are also good people. And then what do I consider to be a good person? Everybody always asks me that question too. Now, to me, a good person is somebody that if you're hanging around with them and you start to do better than them, like move forward, they're happy for you. I mean, sincerely happy for you, not smiling your face happy for you. Like, they're like, all right, go. Because when you get there, I'm on my way too. Let's stay together on stuff, but I know you're moving forward. And if I can help you and assist you in any way, I'm going to help you and assist you in any way. And so those are the kind of people that you want to be around. Guys, this is a lot easier, I think, than we make it. You can, if you want to make varsity, and sometimes your timing is just wrong. You try to get on the team and the person in front of you is just much better than you. And that's why I always say, where's the opening? What do I see? How do I get out there some kind of a way? And that's what the college coaches are going to be looking for. They can't put their finger on it. I'm going to start talking to you guys about how complicated getting an athletic scholarship and then being able to go your 4 years through college has become. How things are trickling down to high school, where the high school players are now going to be the college. College is the new pros. You can become a millionaire in college now. And so it's changing everything. But most people aren't going to get to that spot. Revenue sharing, NIL, I know it all sounds good. It makes the headlines. But most kids aren't going to get any kind of chance to pull any of that stuff off. So how do you make it more valuable? There's actually a rule coming right now, and I'm making this video too long. There's a rule that's coming down right now where the NCAA is going to look at the NIL deals that you have as a high school player. You're going to have to show them those deals if you want to go play NCAA Division I sports. Imagine that. You've got this other thing going, and now you're going to their school, and they're gonna vet your NIL deals as a high school kid. It hasn't kicked in yet, but it's coming. The Congress is coming in and trying to destroy the whole thing. All of that work that everybody just did, and they just made this a deal with the athletes so they can get paid as athletes. They're trying to mess with that. And so all this stuff is happening, all this swirling around. And if you start to worry about all of that stuff, you will drive yourself nuts. We're going to work within whatever is there, and we're going to work around it, and we're going to get to where we want to get to. So that's what we're trying to do here. All right, guys, as always, best of luck to you in everything you do, all your endeavors, whether it's athletic or anything in life. Become that person. What do you see? How do you become invaluable? We talked about being valuable. We already did that. We talked about being unrecognizable, being the best version of you at your sport. All of that stuff goes. But how do we get there? How do we do it? How do we sharpen each other? How do we get around other people that listen to what I'm kind of talking about? We'll get that. You know, I always get calls all the time about, hey, you know, Charles, we can help you get your numbers up, your views, and all that kind of stuff. I said, I'm okay. I just want the people that want to be where we're going to kind of rock with us, to kind of go move forward with us. That's fine. I want to help as many people as I can, but I understand I'm not for everybody. I get that. Because what exactly you're trying to do, I don't want to hear all that stuff. I just want to play. I want to make the team. I want to get my scholarship. Tell me how to do that. So that is the software. The software is for everyone. I give it to you at no cost. Look down below. I give you a code. I give you instructions for use the code. The software costs you nothing. Go ahead and use it. It's a great piece of software, and it will tell you all of your options. And that's one of the biggest things you want. All of your opportunities, all of your options. What are they? What do they look like? I'm going to give them to you in black and white. So that is the one thing I can give you for absolutely sure. The other part you're going to have to do yourself. I'm just trying to give you some guidelines on what to look for, how to move. And then if you get there, you're going to be fine. Everything's going to work out fine. And if it doesn't work there, no one ever blocks you. That's the other thing I want to kind of get across. Don't ever think somebody's got you blocked. In fact, there's sports that you can get athletic scholarships for that don't even go on your high school campus. But people are going to find a way to get those scholarships. So let's just work through it. I'm really trying to talk about high school right now, but we'll talk about everything as we move forward. All right, you guys, kept this one too long, but best of luck to you guys. The new school year started. Be ready to go. Get yourself together. And how do you become invaluable? What do you see? Talk to you later.